Okay, today we are looking at what I've called mind games, which is just basically revealing some of the evil plans of the enemy so that we can actually overcome. Of course, we start with a song. I am a very big God. He's always by my side. A very big God by my side. I am a very big God. He's always by my side. A very big God by my side. By my side. God is really on our side, and when God is for us, no one can be against us. But we need to be aware of the plans of the enemy. Propaganda actually works. I mean, if you look at one of the accomplished boxers, Muhammad Ali, a lot of mind games. He'll be telling his opponent, "You are going to fall in it. I'm going to knock you down in it," and you can see the opponent is already worried, you know, so that by the time he gets to round eight, he actually gets knocked down. So the enemy, plays a lot of mind games. And if you are not careful, you can actually be blown away. And that is why we're looking at this particular theme. Another good example is if you look at warfare, a lot of propaganda. In fact, people have said that the first casualty in war is truth. Truth is captured and thrown out of the window so that war can progress. And you can see an example during the Gulf War because the United States wanted to get rid of Saddam Hussein by all means because they claim they had weapons of mass destruction. The weapons of mass destruction. A key part of that strategy was disinformation. The Naira testimony was one of the high points. She came before United States Congressional Human Rights Committee to make all kinds of claims, including that, Saddam Hussein's soldiers were removing babies from incubators to make sure that they died. But of course, it was later revealed that he was actually the daughter, of the Kuwaiti ambassador, in the United States. But the US went to war. At the end of the war, no weapons of mass destruction, but so many lives were lost. And we can see some parallel in scriptures. You can see somebody threatening the people of Israel, and they're telling him, okay, no, since you're just a messenger, you came to give us the message, just speak to us in the language that we understand. You don't have to frighten everybody else. And Rapshake is saying, as my master sent me to your master, and to you to speak these words, and not to the men who sit on the wall, who will eat and drink their own waste with you. So the idea was frighten these people into submission. And he shouted with a loud voice in Hebrew, hear the word of the great king, the king of Assyria. Thus says the king, do not let Hezekiah deceive you, for he shall not be able to deliver you from his hand, nor let Hezekiah make you trust in the Lord, saying, the Lord will surely deliver us. This city shall not be given into the hands of the king of Assyria. And then he goes on and on. As any of the other gods delivered, these people from my hands. And this is what the enemy does, makes it look like, this is the end of the road. There's nowhere else to go, so that you feel kind of like edged in. But don't let yourself be deceived. We know how this ended. The king of Assyria, God made him hear a sound. He ran back home, because he heard there was war here, there was war there. He went back home. His own children killed him. He fell by the hands of his own children. So if the people of Israel had been moved, they started bemoaning their faith, lost faith in God, what would have happened? With God, there is no shaking. That's why we started with PG, no shaking. For those who are with us are more than those that are with them. This is what Elisha assured his servant when they were surrounded. We have a great multitude of angels fighting on our behalf. We have a God that is a man of war. And I tell you, victory is guaranteed.